There is nothing like star power when it comes to promoting a good cause. The work that Amal Clooney has done for 15 years received just that kind of boost when she married one of Hollywood's biggest stars, George Clooney. She is a highly regarded international human rights lawyer who was in Washington this week meeting with top officials about a case in which she says U.S. values are at stake. Amal Clooney sat down with our Cynthia McFadden in her first American network TV interview.
Mrs. Clooney went to Washington this week. Her mission, pushing the U.S. to get tough on human rights abuses half a world away.
We're here to ask the administration to impose targeted sanctions. We also hope that Congress could play a role.
We'll go to work on it.
While it's all business for the highly regarded 37-year-old Oxford-educated human rights lawyer, there is plenty of unspoken curiosity about the Amal Clooney married to the Hollywood superstar. But nobody brings it up, as she and co-counsel Jared Genzer, both of whom are working for free, make their case. Their goal is to get the U.S. to freeze bank accounts and impose travel bans on the regime leaders in the Maldives, a country better known as a vacation paradise than the extremist state it's becoming.
The Maldives has the highest rate of ISIS fighters being recruited from that country per capita in the world. If you look at the State Department reports and UN reports, the figures are at least 200 fighters who've gone to Iraq and Syria from the Maldives.
Is democracy dead in the Maldives?
Democracy is dead in the Maldives. I mean, literally, if there were an election now, there would be no one to run against the president. Every opposition leader is either behind bars or being pursued by the government through the courts.
Including her client, the first democratically elected president of the country, Mohammed Nasheed. He's currently locked up for 13 years on a terrorism conviction the UN says is bogus. In September, just days before she was to go visit Nasheed in prison, the local lawyer she was working with was stabbed in the head.
One would imagine that that was in part trying to send a message to you. Do you worry about your safety?
I mean, it wasn't the most comfortable position to be in, but, you know, I was determined to go. It meant a lot to me to meet Nasheed, who I had read about and I considered a hero. I was inspired by his leadership on climate justice, his leadership on human rights.
If we do not act now, my island nation will be submerged by the rising sea.
And I thought to myself, the world needs more Nasheeds.
After a coup that forced him from office, Nasheed was eventually dragged into court, where he wasn't allowed to call even a single witness.
It's very clear that this was just a sham trial designed to get him out of the political scene and in prison.
And while the list of world leaders now calling for Nasheed's release is impressive, it is one of his lawyers, a reluctant celebrity, who may be getting the most traction.
You know, many years ago, Angelina Jolie said to me that she understood that she was going to get attention, and that if she could use all of that light and energy that was coming towards her and turn it around. I mean, is that how you feel about the celebrity?
I think it's wonderful that celebrities would choose to spend their time or energy or, you know, the spotlight that they have to raise awareness about these causes. I don't really see myself in the same way because I'm still doing the same job that I used to do before. If there's more attention paid for whatever reason to that, then I think that's good. You know, I think there is a certain responsibility that comes with that. I think I'm exercising it in an appropriate manner by continuing to do this kind of work.
She leaves with a commitment that a sanctions resolution will be introduced in Congress and a promise from senior government officials they are now considering taking serious action. Cynthia McFadden, NBC News, Washington.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.